How important is aim in being a good Valorant player? Well, if you've ever watched Demon1, you probably think very. He put on countless displays of insane mechanics in 2023 on his way to becoming the MVP of Champions LA while winning the entire event with VG. But you've probably also heard that raw aim doesn't matter much in becoming a good player, so which is it? I have a lot of experience getting really good scores in aim trainers, so I'll be trying to solo queue to Immortal while only playing the agents that Demon1 plays competitively to find out once and for all just how much of a role raw aim plays in becoming a better Valorant player.
One enemy remains. Spike down.
There's only one tiny problem though. I've never been in Immortal, so how was I going to make it? Sure, my aim was good, but another one of the best ways to rank up fast in Valorant is to identify and target your weaknesses. As you can see from my tracker, my stats on defense are pretty good to my aim meshing really well with an operator, but my attack performances were noticeably weaker. Jett's primary job on attack is to make space on sites for her team. I never found this particularly difficult to do and breezed through the gold lobbies that I was initially placed in. However, things changed when I hit plat 1. I went from dashing in and completely owning everyone who tried to peek me to dashing in and securing a kill or two, but dying afterwards to someone playing a spot that I wouldn't expect. This is generally okay in higher ranked lobbies, but not so much in plat, where players will only follow their duelist into site once they have confirmation that the duelist has killed every opposing player holding the site. I needed to play more selfishly like I could on defensive halves, but that would mean not doing my job on Jett as effectively. I needed another plan. I knew that I was better mechanically than most players at this rank due to all my hours in aim trainers. I needed to play an agent that would allow me to stay alive longer and exploit this advantage as much as possible. Enter Chamber.
Bonjour!
Demon1's most played agent professionally and the agent that first got him noticed at the amateur level. His teleport, trip, pocket guardian, and free operator for an ultimate made him much easier than Jett or Brimstone for playing more selfishly while still executing the fundamentals of my role. I hopped into ranked again with the goal of playing more chamber to secure diamond, and the difference in results was almost night and day.
Oh.
Spike. Oh my gosh.
Nice shot.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Good.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Good.
I won't.
Okay, serve it off, Grudge win. As I predicted, being able to stay alive longer and close out rounds made exploiting my aim so much easier. I was finally able to break into plat 2 with a bit more playtime and proceeded to then go on a 4-game win streak in one day while putting up insane performances.
One enemy.
Nice shot.
They're standing. One enemy remaining. One enemy.
That's why I can hear. It's on me.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Thrifty. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
No, one's still moving. One man.
I was doing this against former Diamond and Ascendant players too, so I was soon at the point where I was only 5 hours away from what would be a guaranteed double rank up into Diamond 1. I wanted to queue a 5th game to get it over with since I felt like I was still in flow state at the time, but my internet started acting up, so I decided to call it a day and play the rank up game when I was fresh the next day. Looking back, I kinda wish I had played with the micro stutters.
No! No! No!
At certain points in your rank journey, you'll get games where you simply cannot win no matter how well you perform your role. I've experienced this many times in other games, and that eventually taught me to just brush it off since the effect of those games on my rank will eventually become nothing as I play more games over the long term. But I was doing a challenge, so getting 3 games in a row where not a single one of my teammates went positive was not exactly ideal. Worse yet, these games were only the start of a 22 game streak of utter mediocrity. I tried my very best to carry, but any RR games would almost immediately be offset by terrible teammates as if Riot Games themselves had personally handpicked them with the specific goal of testing my resolve.
Sides.
The double rank up into Diamond that I was so tantalizingly close to getting was pretty much gone. It sucked, but these things happen sometimes no matter how good you are. Ranked is like poker. There are a lot of factors that are simply out of your control. One of the best ways to wrestle back some of that control is by developing an edge, like my choice of having better aim for example, and this is how the very best poker players are able to separate themselves from the rest of the player base. But just like how even the very best poker players occasionally go on devastating loss streaks, you too will eventually go on these streaks no matter how significant your edge is. Edges are something that play out most effectively over a longer term, so the best way to overcome these streaks is to not give up when they happen to you. Take a break to reset your mental if you need it. During my break, I decided to figure out how to break this glass ceiling by again returning to All Reliable, targeting my weaknesses. After much VOD review, I decided that although it had done me very well for a while, one tricking chamber was no longer working. Although I was still individually gapping entire lobbies with my aim, I noticed that a lot of my losses were coming from the fact that my team would be missing something important like smokes or movement duelists. I decided on a new approach, which was to use the same agents on every map that Demon1 used. However, my break happened to last past the end of episode 7 Act 1 and into Act 2 where Riot took a baseball bat to Jet's kneecaps. I didn't know whether Jet was still good enough to play at a professional level or not since EG's next game with these Jet nerfs would be in 6 months, so I had to do a little bit of guessing. I settled on playing Chamber on Bind and Breeze, and Astra on Lotus, Split, Haven, Ascent, and Sunset. Another big problem also jumped out at me while VOD reviewing. Being a competitive person by nature, my two preferred methods of consuming Valorant are watching it being played at a high level and playing it in a closed environment, whether that be on a team or in 10 mats.
Yeah, Sploram confirming the kills
Always
like
Sploram.
they always do.
I would only play ranked occasionally to practice new agents or to refine parts of my gameplay to match my team's needs, so doing this challenge was the first time I played ranked with any sort of consistency, and it was a pretty big culture shock. So I want to take Spike. I kind of want to go mid, so I don't have to smoke heaven. Or we could just 5 out of B main. That's also fine, but they have a KJ here. Alright, no lost pistol round it is.
I don't think we just sprint out on the site like that.
Things that were given in a closed environment, such as good comms and teammates that tried their best to win, were almost non-existent in ranked. The lack of these things specifically caused me to tilt quite a bit. Whenever I would tilt while playing aim trainers, I noticed that my scores would go down significantly, and the same effect carried over to Valorant. The only way I could perform well over a long period of time was to not tilt, so my ability to rank up in the future hinged on me finding a solution to this problem, and quickly. I did end up doing exactly that, but the solution surprised me a lot if I'm honest. At the 2023 Champions event in LA, Demon1's teammate Jajima was interviewed on how his team was able to stay calm and still perform so well despite the pressure that came with being a top team, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, so like with our team and our culture that we have, we just, as long as we're all having fun, everything comes with a breeze. So, you know, as long as our comms are good, everything like that, we're just having fun all the time.
I thought nothing of it until I also saw this interview with Jing.
How do you guys manage to stay so calm, look like you're so relaxed in such high pressure matches?
That's what we focus on a lot. Like we like to play and have fun, and of course we will try to win as well. But I think having fun is like the main point, because when we're having fun, everything flows well, and yeah, that's what we focus on a lot.
These were the undisputed 2 best teams on the planet, and both of them attributed their ability to perform in the face of steep expectations to just trying to have fun and enjoy things. I had been caring way too much about the individual results of a game up to this point. I needed to relax and try to have fun with this process while focusing on myself in order to improve the most efficiently. With this new mindset and a revamped agent pool, I went back out again one last time to try and get Diamond.
Bloody big. Oh damn, I hate this. Nice.
Oh my god.
I placed plat 3 in the new act, and now that I had addressed all my issues in VOD review, I was winning significantly more.
Yeah, they're pushing B hard. They have
One enemy. Spike down. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Holy showers.
However, this run was not without its challenges. My teammates weren't exactly getting better. I lost my first diamond rank up game because of a thrower giving our positions to the enemy team in all chat, and you wouldn't believe the reason why. Why is our Jet and team get to A? Like start of round.
Because he's throwing, because he didn't get his op back.
My internet was also continuing to act up, and this made my aim significantly worse since I would have to try and control my mouse in between constant micro stutters. But still, I didn't tilt. I simply took a break after these games when needed to help maintain a good mental, and eventually,
Somehow, I don't know.
Defenders win.
but I will be honest, it's not really a flex for someone of my mechanical skill to be able to out-aim plat players. I would now be a cosmetic diamond player since I would actually be playing current and former ascendant players due to the underlying MMR system. Will I still be able to gap these higher ranked players aim-wise, or will I have to use more game sense and teamwork and be forced to acknowledge that raw mechanics really don't play a big role in becoming a better player? Stay tuned for the next episode to find out.